especially following Arizona's loss to the Oregon Ducks on Saturday, people take sides that are a bit critical, one way or the other. Some people say Oregon's defense is the best thing since sliced bread, which is a little overreaction. I said that Arizona, of course, has a way to go, but actually it could have been the best blowout loss that you could take on the opposite end of what you'd like to see. And then other people said Arizona was just overrated at number 22 coming into the game. It's probably something in between, but if you look at the numbers, the reason there is optimism is that Arizona didn't play that poorly as far as when you take away the turnovers in that situation. The offense actually moved the ball quite well in the possessions to start the game before turning it over or struggling to finish off drives. And then Arizona still moved the ball well even late in the third quarter before Matt Scott had a couple interceptions that really just sealed the deal. Oregon's defense did play very well. I'm not saying they didn't. They forced 4 punts out of the half, which I think was the key to that game. They really asserted themselves against the Wildcats and got Arizona kind of backpedaling and forcing things, which I think then led to the turnovers later. But overall, Arizona didn't show that badly. They put up over 300 yards, which for them isn't that good, but it's not anything anemic. And then, of course, there's the defense. Arizona actually got more possessions where Oregon didn't score it at all, compared to giving possessions of where Oregon punched in a field goal or got a touchdown. That was a 6-7 ratio, I believe. Arizona had the fumble recovery early. They had a pick late, forced a turnover on downs early, and then had 4 punts. And then when you throw in 2 field goals instead of touchdowns, that's a pretty good day. Of course, Oregon put on the points, especially late, which makes the score a little bit more deceiving once the floodgates at Autzen opened. But I think that Arizona will learn from this more than anything. Of course, how Matt Scott especially rebounds is a big deal. But remember, it's not like we've seen him in that situation before. The only real tough game that he had on the road in an opponent's stadium was at Iowa, and he hardly even got to play in that one following the insertion of Nick Foles, and we all know how that turned out. So while there's a lot of negatives coming from this game, you can't really say that Arizona was completely outplayed as far as how they matched up with Oregon and that kind of thing. This week will be a tough one against Oregon State, but it's definitely an interesting piece in how Rich Rodriguez gets his team to recover from a bad loss.